Welcome to Culture No Cap. I'm your host, Eric Spencer, along with co-host Reverend Eric Helton in the building. What's up, man?
What's good, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. So you got that ugly sweatshirt on.
Watched the game last night?
I watched it, Yeah. I watched it. Y'all good. Duke is good. I can't take that away. Y'all good.
Yeah.
We
know.
We're
not
so good. Not so good. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Nothing to even gloat about. I mean,
let me ask you this: does that put us out? Are we out of the tournament now?
Y'all was out of the tournament before the game.
We was already out. I thought we had to win this. We didn't have to win this game.
If y'all won, y'all might have got to be the last four in. I mean, if you win the ACC tournament, you get in automatically.
Like I said, we out. Rebuilding year.
Well, that's okay. We got Hubert through 2030.
Yeah. Man,
I don't need that a beautiful thing.
Ain't that up? Yeah, that's something. It's something, man.
Let me ask you this.
What you got?
Do you ever think y'all was gonna win? Oh yeah, you thought from the beginning y'all was gonna win.
I said we was gonna win by 7, and we look good at the beginning. We look good. You got scared probably the first half. First what? 15 minutes. About 10 minutes.
At no point did I think we was gonna lose, because think about how sloppy Duke was playing, turning the ball over. Cooper Flag with 3 fouls. RJ was doing RJ things at first. I was like, that ain't gonna last.
I mean, I thought it was senior night. I don't know, man. I thought it was gonna be some kind of emotional game for Carolina, man. I had faith.
It was, but my coach made an adjustment. He took Malawach off the court so they could quit getting him into pick and roll.
Yeah.
And then it was over.
Yeah, our coach didn't adjust well. And why would they shoot so many threes when
you don't believe in timeouts either?
And he don't take timeouts. What's up, man? What? Come on, Hubert.
Hey, you got to 2030.
2030?
Yep.
That sounds crazy.
Congratulations.
Oh, man. Speaking of things that are on hold, the tariffs. Trump has put a hold on tariffs for China and Mexico. Are you surprised at this?
No, because some people can't be bullied by Trump.
But I was kind of shocked, man. He was pretty fired up about putting these tariffs on, and he didn't want a tariff war.
He knew that when he was saying it. Or did he think I could just bully them?
He might have thought he could just bully them into not retaliating, but
how'd that work for him?
It didn't work out so well. In Canada, the same way. It's not gonna work out.
Yeah, Canada's pulling bourbon out of their stores.
Yeah, I know a lot of bourbon drinkers too. Not happy.
Yeah, you can't just think you can bully everybody and they just okay. Only the Republican Party does that, Trump.
Yeah, I was like, well, whatever. But he will implement these tariffs, he said, in a month.
Yeah. He's extended another month.
Another month.
I mean, ain't no big deal when that time comes. He'll extend it again. Or he'll make up some kind of narrative where he won.
Yeah. Well, speaking of bourbon, Speaker Johnson, he got caught. He got a DUI on his way back from the State of the Union.
It was one of his assistants.
It was one of his assistants.
Yeah.
So they phrased it kind of like it was him.
Who's not gonna get in any trouble.
So I thought it was him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was one of his assistants, but the assistant ain't gonna get no trouble for it.
Why do you say that?
They said he's not gonna get any trouble for it.
But why? Why shouldn't he get it? It's a DUI. If it was you,
Family value.
Okay.
Family value said we can get drunk drive. Ain't no big deal.
Well, State of the Union.
Value said we can make all these babies. Ain't no big deal.
Yeah. Elon Musk, what, 14? That's good. 14 kids. Yeah, crazy.
A lot
But
of kids.
did you catch the State of the Union?
Parts.
Parts of it. What'd you think?
I thought it was a campaign speech.
Yeah, he had a lot of disruptions, man, including Al Green, who stood up. He was escorted out. Several people turned their back. It was like a real protest going on inside.
It truly showed the political divide. And of course, people are gonna say Democrats were being immature.
They were.
I mean, yes, they were, but I'd rather you call me immature than call me a hypocrite.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stand there and agree with it, the stuff he says, and stand up for him. It was pretty cool him walking through and them all sitting down.
Yeah.
Not even acknowledging him.
Do you think Al took it too far?
I'd prefer our representatives to be mature.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say, yeah.
He took it too far.
Yeah.
He stood up, waved his cane, said, "You don't have a mandate." And he could face some censure, call it. This could be serious for him. So maybe that wasn't a great idea there, Al.
Probably wasn't worth it. Yeah,
probably wasn't.
But
I mean, we liked it, but
yeah, but I mean, yeah. So the people liked it. Probably not gonna work out so well for you.
Yeah, but hey, fight on, brother. We applaud you. We applaud you.
I need to promote some love and happiness.
Nice. Well played. Yeah, I didn't care for it. It was all right.
But yeah, and see, and Trump still being petty, calling Elizabeth Warren Pocahontas.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's a pettiness that's going on right now in politics. It's petty politics is what it is.
Petty politics. People suffer.
And we suffer through all the pettiness, we suffer the most.
Yeah, we're the ones suffering, and they're up there playing that game.
Yeah.
And using a little kid with cancer as a prop.
Yeah, let's talk about that, man. So the young man who had brain cancer was given I guess an opportunity to be a Secret Service
agent. He was an honorary Secret Service agent.
Honorary, yeah. So Democrats, some of them didn't applaud or didn't stand up or didn't. So that was viewed as being mean-spirited. They can't believe they treat a kid like that. But I don't look at it that way. I look at it as Donald Trump using that kid as a prop. That's what it felt like to me. What do you think?
He absolutely used him as a prop. Sorry, kid, if you get cancer again, the funding has been removed for them to research it.
Yeah, and that's the real thing. He's cutting this funding for cancer research. Meanwhile, he's going to make this kid an honorary Secret Service agent. It's hypocritical.
He's a prop.
He's a prop to distract from what's really going on.
So yeah, you can blame Democrats and say they were petty and mean-spirited, but it's more mean-spirited to look at this little kid with cancer and say, "Hey, we're gonna take away the funding for pediatric cancer research." That's mean.
Yeah, I would say that's mean. And pretty despicable if you think about it. Like he's just kind of spitting these people's face. Like, oh, let's bring the kid with cancer out here. Come here. Let me show y'all like y'all.
Yeah, but I hope it don't happen to you again, because we ain't looking up nothing for you.
Yeah, we can't help you now. We can't help you. But hey, but that's the state of our country, man. I was listening to something that made me think about all the things getting cut, and it goes back to even far as the Civil War. Check out this clip.
Statement that just blew my mind. He said, and I believe it's probably more, that during the American Civil War, 90% of the Confederacy, the people who died in the Confederacy, did not have enough money to own slaves. They were willing to die to keep Black people down or enslaved. They neither owned slaves or owned land. This is exactly what we are experiencing today. I said yesterday that over 500,000 white people in the state of Louisiana will lose their Medicaid. And I'm willing to bet that 90% or more of those specific white people voted for Donald Trump, voted for Steve Scalise, voted for Mike Johnson.
Yeah. So these people are willing to risk everything, even for their own well-being, just to go against the people they don't like.
I can see it. I can see it. You are that filled with hatred to where you say, I don't care if things improve for me. I just want to take stuff from you.
Yeah. And to die for it. I mean, I know it's not as, crazy as civil war, going to war, but it is sort of. It's sort of the same thing. You risking your health.
Your health care. Just so these people don't have it. Or just so you send them back where they came from. That's a problem.
It's a huge problem. But I don't know. They don't see it like that. They think that they just got to stand by their guy and his Christian values.
What? See? Yeah, his Christian values.
His Christian values.
Not
man.
real Christian values, but his Christian values.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just like, wow. So there was a State of the Union, but there was also the State of our Union, which was held by Roland Martin and Reverend Barber. Did you catch any of that?
I caught some of it.
How'd you feel that went?
It was interesting. I was distracted.
Okay, so the man had a cold. The man is he can have a cold, right?
He had a cold.
He had a cold, but he fought through, and he says some good things. Gave a lot of statistics, and I think it was good that we watched that. A lot of people watched him instead of watching Donald Trump.
Right.
Yeah, just to, but so you just were distracted, man.
I was distracted, man. He kept blowing his nose.
Only you. Man.
It was a distraction, man.
It was a bit of a distraction.
You know about only me. I told you I couldn't concentrate because my wife said, I bet Trump ain't blowing his nose.
It was good. I mean, he's a good speaker, but like I said, you could tell he was sick.
Yeah, he's a very good speaker.
Very good speaker.
It wouldn't have been no shame to call out though. Roland, I know Roland, you can get somebody else.
But
you can get Jamal. Get Jamal.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of that, the fast, the Target fast has begun.
Hasn't been a target yet.
Good job, man. Me either.
Thank you.
But he was on the Breakfast Club recently, man. He mentioned that a lot of people are asking why Target. Did you ever? I think we even asked it on here. Why Target? Why not these other businesses? But the reason they went after Target was because, of course, we spend $12 million a day. Black people do.
His reasoning was well thought out.
Yeah, and the corporate office is in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where George Floyd was killed.
Yeah, I mean he didn't just say I'm pick Target because we mad because Target was the last one to pull the rug out from under us. It was strategic in picking Target. Yeah.
He said a lot, man. Another thing he's talking about how not attaching a face to the next movement is so important. Did you hear that part when he said that?
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about that?
I don't know that I agree with that. However, attaching a face to it could be so polarizing. That's just like we were talking about last week. We need a partnership with others anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So what face do you attach?
Yeah. I don't know. I took it like it's taking away the pressure of a person. Like, people are flawed. They're human. Maybe we don't need a person. We just need a movement.
You know that's why Jamal don't want to be the face of it, right?
He does not. And I found that interesting because he's the one who got this going. He got it started up. He
There's
said,
a reason he don't want to be the face of it.
now, I don't know a lot about him. Why do you think he don't want to be the face?
He's a great speaker. He's a great leader of men. He's a great leader. I like him as a preacher. He's a flawed individual, as all of us are. And he would be the type where people would dig up things about him. And those things are out there. So instead of making him the face, he's like, let me not be that distraction. Because what it'll become is, well, Jamal Bryant has a history of this, and he did this, and he did this. And that takes away from the movement. So especially from his position, I can 100% understand why he's saying, at the very least, don't let me be the face.
Yeah. You think that was the reason behind it? Could have been.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that could have been it. And also, just when you put a face, if you look at a Malcolm, you look at a Martin, you also put them at risk for death. I mean, you do. When they're the face of something.
This is true. So I mean, I don't care if we have a face, as long as we got feet.
Yeah, and keep moving, keep marching. But with that being said, when you think about BLM, they didn't necessarily have a face. They had 3 individuals that started it.
But they weren't the face, though. There was not a face.
No, there was not a face to it. And it was powerful while it lasted, but it was void of the church.
Yep.
Do you think that hurt the movement, the BLM movement, having the church not participate?
I do, but considering, like we said, it started out without a face. As the faces began to prop up, there's no way the church could have supported it. No way.
Because the people who started up were LGBTQ.
Right.
So you're saying
let me say this.
They couldn't have done it?
They could have supported, but they couldn't have propped it up, especially not just because they were LGBTQ, but because, these people had some crazy ideals.
Family values, stuff like that were kind of void. Yeah.
Those are more so the things where the church could not have. They couldn't have. Not and stand for what's right. They couldn't have.
But I feel like they indirectly were involved in this. They just couldn't directly be involved because of the reasons you mentioned. But I feel like the church had some sort of role in it. Don't you think? There were preachers that I'm sure marched with BLM.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It could have been, I guess.
I mean, because really, we especially at first, it's Black Lives Matter. Who can't stand up for that?
Right.
It's just as you dig deeper, and you like the representatives of this, they just don't jihad with what we're supposed to believe.
So they were missing a face in a way.
Well, they had the wrong kind of face. What they should have done, like Boomerang, they should have got Lady Eloise.
Wow.
Just to be the face.
Lady Eloise.
Not Lady Eloise in particular, but a Lady Eloise.
Oh, what is he talking about? Why?
Not Eartha Kitt per se, but somebody like that to be the face of the movement.
Okay.
Who really was just a figurehead.
Yeah, because I feel like BLM kind of moved. They didn't have the organizational skill set to keep it moving. it was kind of all over the place. Like you said, they had some ideas and ideals that were a little shaky when it came to family, the money situation.
You know, it blew up so fast too.
Yeah, it did. They weren't prepared.
They were not. They weren't prepared.
Just staying with BLM a little bit. DC mayor agrees to remove the mural. She folded. Is what happened, man.
Cool. That's not cool. We just had a conversation about how Black Lives Matter had its issues. She still shouldn't have done that.
Well, do you know the reason? She was going to be losing possibly $300 million. There were threats. There was a bill passed. Did you know that?
What was this? See, what was this doggone bill?
Hold on, here we go. I'm playing it for you so we can talk about it.
Republican out of Georgia, Andrew Clyde, he recently introduced House Resolution 1774 that seeks to remove the Black Lives Matter phrase from that plaza. If passed, the bill would withhold federal funding from Washington, D.C., unless Mayor Muriel Bowser removes it and designates the area as Liberty Plaza.
So it's a money thing. Like if you don't remove this, you're not getting any funding. Do you think she was wrong to remove it? Still, now that you know,
I think it's kind of like Zelensky. I love my people enough to where I'll fall on this sword. We need the federal funding.
So you saying she did the right thing? You think she did right?
She got bullied into doing it, and she knew that Republicans were going to pass it.
Yeah, but you can't just kind of fold every time. Like I felt like she folded quick. It was fast. Like she didn't waste any time. Like they were covering up.
But see, it's one thing for you to sacrifice yourself. It's another thing for you to sacrifice the people. So if she sacrifices her pride and folds, the people don't suffer.
Right.
But if she says, no, and sacrifices the people, they're the ones that suffer. A good leader will say, all right, I'll fall on the sword. I'm always going to speak out about the racism that you're showing. Not only are you saying take off the BLM, now you want me to name it.
Yeah, Liberty Plaza.
Yeah, that's some bull.
But again, she's looking out for her people as the mayor. I get that, but at the same time, what kind of message are you sending the people about you? I know you're saying you're willing to risk it all for your people, but at the same time, it's like, all right, we gotta stand for something.
At some point, I mean, I just feel like that for her was something she had to do, but it does set a bad precedent.
But is it telling the people and is it telling America that BLM is over? Because we saw with the NFL, they got rid of their in racism.
Because Trump was there.
But it's gone from the NFL, right?
Well, it was definitely gone from the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so it's gone moving forward. And I think they all everybody kind of moved different. Like everybody kind of removed it after a while. Maybe people are uncomfortable with it. But for this one, this was a big one. This is one of the first ones I remember seeing.
It's huge. It's huge.
It's huge. We could put it up. It was it took up the whole street.
I understand why she did it. I hate that she had to do it. And I hate the message that it sends. If we're not thinking about her making this sacrifice, the message that it sends is that you can be bullied into anything. And all they got to do is bully you. Same thing with Zelensky. It's not good.
It's not good. I wish she hadn't done it. I wish she would have waited to see if they were really going to stop funding. I know she couldn't do that as the mayor. She had to do what she had to do. But Just doesn't look good, man. And I think it's over. I think she pulled a Jay-Z. Remember Jay-Z said, you know what? We're done kneeling. Remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
And then
Yeah,
it was
that
like,
is. It is. It looks weak on her part. We as a people, it's discouraging. Matter of fact, it's disheartening. But I don't see what she could have done. I mean, maybe she holds out. She holds out until they take the money. And then she breaks down and says, okay.
but is it just what it is? Is it just a mural? Is that just what it is? Can we look at it as just a mural?
I don't think it is. I think it's a statement.
I thought it was a statement too, especially at the time.
And especially when you now say remove it. That's a bigger statement.
Why do we have to remove it? Exactly.
That statement is, we don't care about you.
We want to forget about this
stuff.
Yeah, they want to forget about it. Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah. Well, more to come. We'll see what happens with that, man. But like I said, I'm kind of disappointed a little bit. But also, when it comes to BLM, you have this guy, and Ben Shapiro, who says that Donald Trump should pardon Derek Chauvin. When you saw this, I know you saw this come across, and Elon Musk kind of co-signed.
He co-signed on it.
When you see this, what does that make you think?
That's where we stand. That's how you feel about us. And if Trump does that, any of you coons who think he cares about you, never mind, I'm not even gonna say it, because these are the same ones that say he was a drug addict and the police didn't do nothing wrong. So never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say the people that are they've had the same stance all along. It's been that he wasn't killed, it was fentanyl, and it was this, and it was on his neck, it was on his back. Those people.
Yeah. So never mind. If Trump, that issue started all of this, and if Trump pardons that guy,
it'll be war.
Yeah, he has told you how he feels, and Elon Musk needs to shut up.
Yeah, and Ben Shapiro. This will be an all-out race war. If that's what he really wants to do, that's what. If Trump pardons this guy, that's what it'll be. It will be destructive for this country.
It's gonna be a problem. It really is gonna be a problem. Now he already said that mess about police. Anybody who kills a policeman, the automatic death penalty, which of course he can make that legislation, but he ain't had no problem with them January 6ers.
Right.
He's a walking contradiction.
Yeah, this was a huge time in our country where we were. I will say that we haven't even recovered from that.
We haven't.
And then you bring this up. This guy Ben Shapiro, who's known to be controversial. He's a lawyer, and writer for Daily Wire. But he's known to say these type of things, and what he doesn't realize, when you put this out, what you're doing is you're just sparking more racism and more hatred. Maybe he doesn't know.
He don't care.
He don't care. Yeah. I was really disappointed with this, and I don't even think Trump would even go down this.
That would be, out of all the disappointments that Trump has brought upon us, that would be the most disappointing thing that he's ever done.
And for Elon Musk to chime in, his guy.
That's a problem. So I'm sure they've talked about it.
Yeah. We're watching this because I think this is something that it's not going to go away.
No.
It's not going to go away.
No.
But we'll see. Another thing, speaking of Trump, vandalism threat at the golf course. You have to I just got that news. I didn't even know about this. Kind of tell me what happened there.
Evidently, it was a pro-Palestine group, basically telling them Gaza is not for sale. and they spray painted stuff on the golf course, and this was like one of his biggest golf courses, and they're basically saying you're not safe in your own places. There'll be other golf courses. There'll be other things that we vandalize. You cannot piss off everybody and think everybody's gonna take it.
Well, he pissed the American people off. Apparently, we're spending a lot of money for him to play golf.
$18 million in 6 weeks.
Like, come on, bro. Like,
we trying to save money.
18 mil for him to play golf? But you cutting jobs?
Man.
What happened to Doge?
Yeah, but you can't cut down on them trips.
Come on now. It's just.
And you know what? They go, well, everybody needs to relax. When I play video games, do it cost you?
Never cost me. Nah.
Maybe he need to find something that don't cost the taxpayers $18 million.
I mean, he playing enough games in the White House.
Yeah, he done played enough.
He done played enough. Like, we don't need to be. It don't need to be on our bill. Put it like that. Oh,
man,
my God.
that guy.
Yeah. Speaking of money.
Yeah,
it's only beginning. Speaking of money, big money. 100 million. Stephen A. Smith signs an extension to his contract to $100 million to talk sports. What you think about that?
It's a good job if you can find it. Boy, he's lucky the man put him there.
I mean, I like Stephen A. A lot of people can't stand him. I've always liked Stephen A. I think he's good at what he does, but 100 mil?
I think I like him better on First Take than on his podcast.
See, I like him on. I don't know which one I like more.
Because it's like on his podcast, he really has to be tough guy.
Because he's got that open. Yeah, it's kind of YouTube-ish. You can cuss, you can do that. Yeah, I got you. But, he can say what he wants.
I mean, that's a lot of money to talk sports.
A lot of money to talk sports. But it was overshadowed, man. The whole thing was overshadowed by him getting confronted by LeBron James over his son, Bronny. I know you're a LeBron fan. I already know. I know kind of where you're going to be with this, but do you think it's right for LeBron to confront Stephen A. over him doing his job?
Hey, that was a father. You know what he said? Stephen A. said what he said.
Yeah. Let me play that. I'm glad you said that. Hold on. Here's what he said.
He just put to bed a couple of things that have been reported that are false. People was talking about LeBron called me out my name, or somebody said he called me a bitch. Somebody said he called me a punk and all this. None of that is true. He was fiery. He approached me during the game and he said, "Stop effing with my son. That's my effing son. Stop effing with my son." I said, "What? Nah, man. Straight up, man to man. Real talk. Stop effing with my son." And I saw how furious he was. And I said, "We can talk about it later." "Nah, F that. Stop effing with my son. That's my son. I said, "All right, dog."
So you think this is okay? You think this is okay?
There's a man standing up for his son. Could he have found a better place to do it?
But what did he really say that he wasn't even? It was about LeBron, really.
Well, yeah, LeBron took it the wrong way. Okay,
he did.
He took it the wrong way. Don't do that, LeBron. LeBron took it as him talking about his son, but because he was talking about his son didn't belong in the NBA at that point.
Does he? Be honest. Basketball wise, does he belong in the NBA? And would he have been in the NBA? Would he be in the NBA without his dad? Come on. Be honest. I know you're a fan. I know you love LeBron, but come on now. Come on. Spit it out. Come on.
There's some Wi-Fi issues.
Nah, you ain't having no. You hear me? Ain't no Wi-Fi. Come on now, be real.
LeBron got his son a job. His son did not deserve that job. There.
So when your son doesn't deserve the job and he doesn't perform well at the job, who gets the blame for that? The dad, right?
All
The
dad is LeBron was reacting on behalf of his son. No matter how Bronny got in the situation he's in it now. And yeah, it's probably not good to go off on Stephen A for doing his job.
Right.
But it's still the emotions of a father.
I guess I expect him to be more rational about things.
But it's his kid.
But his kid is a ball player, man. He's a basketball player.
He's still a teenager.
But he's a man. You remember, okay, I'm gonna take you back. You remember when? I'll take you way back. I think he was playing, he might have been playing with Miami. Maybe Cleveland. I don't know, maybe Cleveland. He was playing and they were playing Boston, I think. And he got into a fight, little skirmish with some of the players from the other team. And LeBron's mom jumped up and tried to like say something to the players. You remember that? And he said, sit your down. You remember he told his mom to sit up down? You remember this?
Yes.
Okay. So LeBron, sit your down.
Hey, Bronny didn't say it to him though.
Don't matter, man. It's the same situation. You gotta let that man fight his own battles. Let Bronny stand up for himself and be a man.
I give you that.
Let him be a man.
I can also see the emotion of a father.
I see it.
Who's rolling off of emotion.
I get it, man. We parents, we know how we can get about our kids. Totally get it. But I think LeBron is smart enough, more calculated enough to do it behind closed doors.
That's why I said it was the emotion of a father.
Mm-hmm.
Because he must have just seen him. And he seen him before the game. He must have just seen him, and he's like, "No, I'm gonna say something to him."
Bad look though for the GOAT, man. He's a GOAT, right?
Good look for a father though.
I don't know. Is it? You got the kid the job. You got him the job. That was commendable. We all applauded. We celebrated. But if he's not performing, aren't we doing the kid an injustice by not calling it out and being like, you know what? He's really not that good right now. He could get better.
Yeah, I think we all know he can get better. LeBron knows he can get better.
He'll get better. I think he will get better.
I just don't think he liked the tone in which Stephen A said what he said.
Yeah, but that's Stephen A, the $100 million man.
$100 million.
And you know what? He said he didn't even want to talk about it because it kind of overshadowed his big day.
Yeah,
because his big day,
that was the same day, wasn't it?
Same day.
Yeah.
Same exact day he signed the contract. LeBron, big LeBron, flexed on him. So sad.
Hey, quit talking about my kid.
You got to pay the cost. You got to pay the cost. Be the boss, right?
There you go.
Well, speaking of daddies, Dr. Umar. Is Dr. Umar a deadbeat? Dr. Umar, man, we talked about him on the show as the black activist and the new leader of the I don't know. What does he call himself? Pan-African guy.
Yeah, Pan-African, yep.
Pan-African. Well, his daughter says this about him.
So I just wanted to come on here with a small, short announcement. I just want to start this video off by saying I'm not trying to get clout. I literally just want to have a conversation with my father. My biological father is Dr. Umar. He has another daughter. I tried to contact him about, getting to know my sister on my dad's side. I asked him if he knows her or if he has her number. He ignored me and never responded. I'm 22 years old now. My dad has never been to anything important, no graduation, no birthday parties, nothing. He has not been in my life. Again, I'm not making this video to bash him. I'm making this video to state facts. Okay? You can't get on Instagram and get on social media and portray to be an activist and talk about how Black kings need to be with Black women, but you're not even in your Black woman's daughter's life.
Mm. When you hear that, man, what you think?
I think it's a bad look, Umar.
It's sad.
If it's true, it's a bad look. He said it ain't true.
Yeah, he said that is his daughter. He did acknowledge that it's his daughter, but he said that's not true. He said he's paid child support. That's what he said. He didn't say he spent no time.
See, it's not the presence, it's your presence and the essence of being there and showing the baby that you care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you're right.
Ed
OG and the Bulldogs. 1980, 89, 91, 90. But yeah, I agree. And he, like I said, he said that he's paid. But he said he didn't say nothing about time.
Yeah. Look, your time is even more important than your money.
Right. And can you really be an activist? Can you be an activist and be a deadbeat?
It just don't make sense to me. The math don't math on it. How can you lead me into anything and you don't even take care of you don't emotionally take care of your kids.
Right. Yeah.
Because I financially take care. I'm talking about emotionally.
Yeah. She's 22 years old and she's saying you've never been in her life, but you out here talking all this stuff, all this Black power, all this Black empowerment stuff.
So you're gonna let your Black daughter just float in the wind.
Again, that goes back.
She dated a white guy, you're gonna be mad and disown her. You never owned her to begin with.
Never owned it. Never really. I don't know if he claimed it. I don't know the situation, but sounds to me like
he claimed it, but he just paid child support. Speaking of, I don't know if you see Anthony Edwards.
What about Anthony Edwards?
Anthony Edwards had a baby by some I can't think of the proper way to say it. But she's a chick who had babies with other celebrities anyway. He is renouncing his rights to the kid.
Signing over his rights?
Yeah.
Really? See,
that is a terrible look.
People do that, and I can't respect that. Ever.
And so he can never be the face of the league for me.
No, it shows bad leadership. It shows bad just human skills. It's like you can't even claim your kid. Like, did he do a blood test? So it's his kid.
It's his kid.
But he's gonna sign over because he doesn't want to take care of it.
Oh no, or he's gonna pay child support, but he doesn't want anything to do with the kid at all.
Wow, I did not hear this. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, that's
this is a problem.
It's a problem. It's a problem. It's a character flaw beyond the flaw, really. Yeah, because I mean, he's a phenomenal player, but it doesn't say much about him as a person.
He'd never be the face of the league.
Never be the face of the league. You can't be the face of the league like that. Wow. And you chose to lay down with this woman.
Yeah. And matter of fact, you chose not to use protection.
Yeah.
You knew there was a chance.
Right.
That she would get pregnant.
Willing to risk it all.
And now that she is, because the thing came up because he was mad because she lives, I think, in Georgia. And she was trying to get child support out of California so she would get more. So the child support would be higher. So, she's shiesty too.
Yeah.
But yeah, for him to say he don't want anything to do with the kid is unbelievable.
Unbelievable, man. And just like with Umar, if this is true, it's no way you can lead a group of people. And that's what we talked about earlier about people being the face of a movement. This is what comes with that sometimes.
And that's why, like you said, that's why Jamal don't want to. He don't want to be the face. If the people dig into stuff, I just sent you that.
Yeah, people dig into stuff and your character, and just like with MLK, same thing.
Yeah, that's it. And we all know that none of us are perfect. We all flawed. All of us are flawed. But something like that, that's a terrible look. Because it's like you are a hypocrite.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, there's no way. And see, it's time when situations happen like this with Edwards and these men, as men, we should hold each other accountable.
There you go. Yep.
All these fathers that are in the league, they should look at him as like a pariah. Like, why are you even amongst
us? There should be some vets, which I mean, he's 23 years old, which we know that's young and dumb. But there'll be some older players in that locker room that call him out. Yeah. They ought to be at 23, he ought to be, the coaches ought to be able to sit down and say, look, that's not, I know you're making all this money, but that's not a good look.
Do you think these players make too much money? I mean, we all know they do, but do you think that money that they make kind of makes them feel like that they're untouchable, like they can do whatever they want?
Yep. Yeah, they really think, man, shoot, I got the money to get out of it. I can do whatever I want. People have propped me up for so long. Take a kid like Anthony Edwards, probably from the time he was 13 or 14. People was propping him up saying, "Ooh, you're gonna be in the NBA one day." And he's gotten special treatment all along.
Yeah.
And here you go.
And what he thinks he's doing, he thinks he's punishing the mom. But that's what he thinks he's doing.
He's punishing the child, and he's punishing himself. Because that mama's gonna let the child know who their daddy is. And they're gonna be like, well, why didn't he want to do anything to do with me?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
these
bad,
kids get money too fast, and money will accentuate your personality.
Yeah, it will. It will. That's what scares me about this NIL. All these kids with millions in college. Like, what's really gonna be the end result when it comes down to it? What's gonna happen in the long run with all this money being generated?
You have a generation of just arrogant young men and women, and it's not going to be good. Did you see Shador? His draft stock is plummeting.
Now, why is that?
Because in every interview, the owners and the league officials that interviewed with him talked about how arrogant he was. Not that he couldn't play ball, not that he wasn't a good decision maker, but because he was so arrogant. He's coming off people's draft boards.
Mm-hmm. So where is the line?
That's daddy fault.
The dad is, oh yeah, he got it from his dad.
He got it from his dad.
But sometimes, don't you think, especially when it comes to white media and coaching, do you think sometimes they get arrogance and confidence, especially when it comes to black men, they get them kind of mixed up?
Boy. Stay in your place, boy.
Yeah, don't you think that's a thing that happens?
I think that's a thing, but I think that probably the Shador thing was right on.
Probably, yeah. When I see the kid, I think arrogance.
Yeah, he's arrogant because you would see him at the game with his Rolex and stuff. Yeah, I would say his was arrogance,
and then mixed with confidence too, because if you got somebody who doesn't have to, first you got this skill that was God given.
Yeah.
Then you got money that was given, God given, and from your father, who was a famous athlete.
Yeah.
You never really had to do anything.
You never had to do anything, and your daddy has been your only coach.
Yeah. So that he's the product of his environment.
He's sheltered from reality. Once he hits the NFL and daddy ain't coaching him, let's see what happens. Let's see how he reacts to it.
But as a father, Deion seems like a strong-headed guy. You think he could have broke this situation
absolutely.
And stopped it? You think so?
Absolutely. But Deion is too arrogant to do something like that.
So he couldn't have.
He could see himself in Shador. Man, and most times, like with my kids, there are things that I can see in them that are like me that I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it because it's the worst of me.
Yeah.
Deion can see that in Shador, and he like it
because he thinks that's the best of him because it made him who he is today.
Exactly, and that's why he's doing them interviews talking about if you're a cold weather team, don't draft Shador. Like, poor Shiloh just ride. He just ride along, don't
he? Yeah. He
and
ride
Deion
along.
Jr., he don't even.
Yeah. But see, it's like we were talking earlier. This is kind of goes back to the father maybe being too involved.
Is that and it's weird to say that.
It's weird to say that, but sometimes you can get too involved. Like sometimes you gotta let kids make mistakes and kind of learn on their own sometimes.
And see, ain't that a fine line? Because on the one hand, we talking about people like Anthony Edwards, Dr. Umar, who don't fool with their kids.
Mm-hmm. And
then on the other hand, we got Deion and LeBron, who fool too much with their kids. Got to be a happy medium.
But where is that?
I more respect Deion and LeBron than them other two.
I more respect Steph Curry's dad.
No, I'm saying over those other two.
Well, yeah, I'm about to say, but I like the dad who's present, but not too much. Like you can overstep. I think LeBron overstepped, and I think Deion oversteps. I think a dad like I can't think of his dad's name. Dale Curry, a father like Dale Curry, who's been instrumental in his son's life. You can tell.
Absolutely.
You can see it, but you don't see his dad all up in the interviews.
Yeah, he'd be working.
Up in the videos. Huh?
He be working. He got a job.
Well.
Hey, you know what? It's funny. You would you didn't see him, but he was like Grant Hill's dad though. They would strategically put themselves in place where the camera would catch them though.
Hey, gotta get a little shine. You produced the kid. That's my seed.
Hey, people stopped wanting to see Dale at Steph's games though after him and Sonya broke up and he had that ugly white woman.
They want to see. We want to see Sonya.
That's you downgraded. Not because she was a white woman,
no,
but because she was an ugly white woman.
She wasn't Sonya.
Exactly.
Yeah, but there's a fine line between being involved or being too involved and being involved in your kid's life. Especially when it comes to these guys. Shador is hopefully he'll get drafted.
Oh, he'll get drafted. But you know, there was a time when they were talking about either him or Cam Ward being the number one overall pick. That's no longer a question. It's gonna be Cam Ward or the number one quarterback picked. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be Cam Ward. There's no longer a question about that because of Shador's interviews.
And you would think that Deion would try to get somebody to get him Shador media trained so he can answer these questions the right way, just so he could up his drop.
I love Coach Prime. Coach Prime ain't gonna do that because he think he know all the answers.
Too much. You're messing him up, man. Like I don't know. I know you gave him the talent. You gave him what he needed. You gave him the tools.
Yep.
Just sit back, watch it grow. You gave him the fertilizer. Now watch him grow, man. Don't sit there and add. You're adding too much.
Yeah,
He's doing too much, bro.
He's doing a lot. He's doing a lot.
He's doing a lot, man. And just like the Ball dad, what's his name? Lamar. LeVar Ball. Same situation.
Yeah,
Boosted him up.
He spoke them kids into the league, though.
He did. But it cost them. It cost one to get traded from the Lakers. I don't even know where the other kid is playing overseas.
Oh, you talking about the one that was stealing jewelry?
stealing sunglasses in China somewhere. I don't know, man. It's bad.
Yeah, I mean, he was. I say he was overactive in his children's lives too.
That's a crazy thing to say, man.
Yeah, like I said, I'd rather you be that than non-existent.
Yeah, like Dr. Umar, allegedly. Yeah. Speaking of involved with kids, R. Kelly has written 25 albums in prison. 25 albums. How do you think these albums would even sound?
When we got hear him?
I guess we'll have to hear him when he get out.
Man, we'll be too old. We ain't gonna be able to hear them. We have to put our hearing aids, turn our hearing aids up.
Well, maybe they'll get them. Maybe they'll get released. They could get released. You would listen to them.
Yeah.
What can an R. Kelly album sound like from prison, though? What can they?
That's why I listen to it out of curiosity.
But he's known for his hits. You think he putting some hits out from prison, right?
I just wonder, he was always good for doing things off of life experience. Wonder what his albums would be. I dropped the soap. You came behind me. I said, oh no. Ooh.
Clench my cheeks. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe I don't want to hear this.
Out of curiosity, I would want to hear it.
But you can't keep a creative down, though, man. You in prison, you got a lot of time.
You got a lot of. That's all he got is time.
All he got is time. He's in there doing music. It's unfortunate, man. This could be albums we could hear out here. He would be putting out music still.
He could be enjoying it. Yep.
But he had to messed up. Oh, man.
I would listen to him. I don't know about all 25. That's a lot.
25 albums? Not songs.
Yeah.
Songs.
That's a lot. So you figure, say 8 songs an album. That's 200 songs. Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot, man. But
he ain't got nothing but time.
Nothing but time. Yeah, he's been going on podcasts though, man. Maybe we can get him on here.
Yeah, now that would be an idea.
Wouldn't you like to get R. Kelly on this podcast? What would you want to ask R. Kelly?
Why you do it?
See, then he click. You can't start there. Let me start, please.
So R, do you still believe you can fly?
Oh God.
Maybe you need to mute me for that one.
Yeah, maybe I do, because I'm gonna ask him about these 25 songs, man. Maybe let him sing one. That's what they did on one podcast. He sang to them.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that. Let's talk about why you're there, Robert.
Click.
I'm gonna give you a chance to exclaim your innocence. So what do you think about the surviving R. Kellys, Rob?
Their call has been disconnected. That's what you ain't want to talk about that, man. Yeah, not talk about that.
What you supposed to do? You supposed to act like that stuff don't exist?
To get an interview, you probably would have to.
So you would have taken down the mural. Bam, gotcha.
Yeah, guilty as charged, man. You gotta get this interview, man. Gotta get this paper. Oh man, so
I don't. I'd have to bite my tongue a lot.
Yeah, you would, because I mean, he's not just gonna do it just out of, like I said, just he's gonna have to get paid for it. You gotta put some on his books.
Yeah, I got about five. We can about $5-10.
You put some on his books, man.
Because the question we asked, he gonna hang up and so R. Kelly, why you pee on the girl?
See, there you go. That's what you would ask.
But I will say, she wanted you to pee on her because if somebody was gonna pee on me, I'd move.
Click.
Yeah, that's why we can't give him but $5 or $10.
Yeah, we can't give him much, man. Oh, well, speaking of prison, man, you just sent me this death by firing squad, man. Brad Keith Sigmund was executed. Said it was a bloody spectacle.
Ain't that a mess?
Firing squad, yeah, but he chose. I remember seeing this. He wanted to be killed by firing squad, be executed by firing squad. They just shoot him.
Because he's had friends in prison on death row that did lethal injection and it went bad. So they had painful, excruciating, long deaths. So he didn't want that.
He want to get shot.
What? Who gets that job? Who wants that job?
Well, it was deputies in the area that's like, I'll do it.
That's what's crazy to me. They was like, yeah, okay. They probably had to do a lottery.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was plenty of people in line.
That's insane to me.
Yeah, this is only the first time in U.S. history, or U.S. since 2010.
Yeah,
the firing squad has been done.
Firing squad. I always thought the firing squad. I guess I watched too much TV. They standing up. They sitting down.
Yeah, and they shoot them in the chest, the heart. They try to keep it lower extremities. Oh man, I don't get. How do you feel anyway about lethal injection? Period, or the death penalty?
I'm not a fan of the death penalty anyway.
You don't like it?
No, and to me, I'm not gonna get all religified on you. I'm just gonna be honest. You don't pay enough.
What do you mean?
Death is the easy way out on this earth.
Just make them suffer and stay in there and write songs.
Yeah, let them write 25 albums. Let them sit there, 3 hots in the cot. Let them lift weights. Go out there and shoot basketball.
And we paying for this. You know we paying for this, right?
That's okay.
You don't care, huh?
We're paying for Trump to go golf. At least people paying their debt to society.
Oh man, I guess you're right. I mean, that's what we're paying for it. But I don't know how to.
I just think, first off, we ain't just supposed to be killing folk. Even folk who have done stuff. I just don't think we're just supposed to be killing folk.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of the death penalty. But then again, I've never, and God hope I never will have to experience a loss of someone by somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably if I experience that, I'd probably be all for it. Fire them up. Let me shoot. I mean,
yeah, but see, you shoot, then you're gonna go to prison.
Yeah, let them. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I've never experienced it. I had a friend whose mom got murdered. One of my roommates from college, and that was deep. But he was like, killing them, we can do that. They ain't paying.
So he was against it.
Yeah.
So I said, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. People say eye for an eye.
That's in the Old Testament, though.
Oh, well, I'm just saying. They still say it, right? Eye for an eye.
Yeah, they still say it.
Still a thing.
It's in the Old Testament.
It's the Old Testament.
I poke your eye out. You poke my eye out. Then neither one of us can see.
Yeah.
I don't think we're supposed to just be killing people. And on a more simple level, I think that's the easy way out.
Yeah, it could be. It's definitely an easy way out. But when you start thinking about our money, tax money going to keep people in prison forever. Some of these people live to 90 some years
Don't
old.
sweat it, man. They firing IRS agents too.
That's true. We're gonna we can do good. You're right. I forgot about Doge.
We can dip and dodge around that. Don't worry about it. Now, those of you who waiting for your checks to come, it's gonna take a little longer because they firing them too. But Trump gets spending $18 million on golf trips.
That's despicable, man. He ought to be ashamed of himself.
He ain't.
He really are. He not. He don't have no shame.
He does not care. He gives zeros.
Zero. Oh man. So RIP, or in order for Roy Ayers. You know who that is, right?
No.
Searching. Remember searching. No. You know Roy. He's the most sampled artist of all time for hip hop. No, look him up right now. The song that you'll be familiar with. I'm not going up right now.
You ain't even familiar with it.
No, because I can't. It's in my head, but I can't. Roy Ayers. The song that he's most familiar with.
Everybody loves the sunshine.
Everybody loves the sunshine. God, I couldn't think of it right off. Everybody loves the sunshine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That song I couldn't think of it. Sampled by Dre, sampled by Mary J. Blige, sampled by Brand Nubian.
Okay, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, even though we struggled.
Didn't know who he was, but that's okay.
Yeah. I know the guy, but damn, I couldn't think of the song. Also, rest in peace to Roberta Flack.
She been dead a minute.
No, she just died.
She died last month, maybe.
No, it was like last week. She was 88.
It was last month, though. What was the date of her death?
Technicalities. Yeah. Rest in peace to her. She's known. You know what song she's known.
Yeah, I know Roberta Flack.
Killing Me Softly. Yeah, Kill Me Softly. And also, can't forget about Dwayne Wiggins
what
of
makes
Tony.
You think that I would try to run a game on you, just to show us my name is Dwayne.
Yeah. Talented guy, man. Rest in peace to him. He was 62,
I think. Oh, 64.
64 years old. Had cancer. But yeah, legendary group. Tony.
People dying ain't never died before.
Yeah, you said that. I was like, what does that even mean? I still don't know what that means. People are dying like they never died before.
People are dying that ain't never died before.
Crazy statement, bro. That's crazy.
I got Mr. Brown.
Oh, you did. I do remember. That's bad. That's bad. But rest in peace to all these people, man, pass away. God, all these artists and everybody out there. But anything you want to get off your chest, man, besides nothing Carolina and Duke related?
Congratulations to Hubert Davis on being extended through 2030.
Oh, come on.
We are so proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep not calling timeouts. Keep not making adjustments. Keep losing to Duke. Congratulations to the Duke Blue Devils women's team. Won the ACC tournament championship today. Congratulations to the University of South Carolina women. Won the SEC championship today. Juju lost. But she'll be back.
Carolina's winning the ACC tournament. I said it.
I mean, just because just because I call you something, that don't mean that's what you are.
I'm just saying, man. I just got a feeling again that
I believe that feeling is an itch you got. You might need to wash.
I got a feeling, bro. I do. I think we're gonna be so fired up after this loss. We're gonna go into the tournament ready to play.
Definitely, 4 games in 4 days?
Yeah. Yep. Got it. Hubert got us, man. He can get us there. Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna say this about Hubert. Y'all Carolina fans don't want to admit it. Y'all start out the year struggling. Usually, sometime during the season, he get the ship righted.
Just enough
He just
to
need to quit starting so slow.
just enough to stay around. You know.
It's working.
Yeah, it's working for somebody. It's working for him. But
man.
yeah.
Congratulations,
whatever.
Hubert.
Yeah, whatever, man. Well, make sure you go out there, subscribe, you like, you comment, man. We got to talk about these. Let us know about these dads. Or dads, parents too involved. Because that's what we were saying. They either too involved.
Absolutely ludicrous.
I know it does. It's crazy. It's gonna be a crazy name to this show. I just don't know yet. But yeah, let us know what you think, man. Comment, subscribe, do all the things. And good pod, man.
Ludicrous.
Yeah, it is ludicrous, but it's gonna be good. I appreciate you, man. Good pod as always, brother.
All right, man. Love you, man.
Love you too, man. That's been another episode of Culture No Cap. Make sure you subscribe, like, do all the things. Peace.
Peace.